Welcome to Collection Development. This is where the new books come into the library and get processed and cataloged and then go out on the floor so that our patrons can pick them up with their free library cards. When the COVID hit, we had to pivot into buying a little bit more online material so that people could access it directly. We did not want our services to drop off the map. But we also did continue to get new books into the system because we wanted to make sure we had books that were new and relevant ready when we started reopening and doing curbside and finally pivoting to being fully open with full services like we are now. We're also ready to do the reverse pivot and go backwards, but keeping materials flowing to our patrons at all times, no matter what kind of material it is, online or physical book. Please do give us a call if you have any books that you are looking for. Ask us, because we're getting new stuff in all the time. And right now I am opening up brand new books for our December orders. You guys, come on by. We're here.
So we have updated our returns process for the COVID procedures. This is the AMH machine, which stands for Automated Materials Handling. And when you return your book from the book drop, it will come through here, and then it is sorted into one of 4 bins, depending on genre: nonfiction, fiction, audiovisual. It is then dropped into these bins here, which are then going to be quarantined for a period of 3 days. As you can see over here, these bins are currently being quarantined, after which we will return them to the shelves or give them out to the people who have holds on these books, which you can then pick up on our curbside delivery service.
All right, so we are bringing all the holds outside for a curbside pickup. So books come and stay in these little shelves with the name of the patron that's waiting for them in the spine, and then they can just grab them and go home because we check them out and before we put them outside.
A few of the things that I've been working on through the pandemic are working with people to help them get interlibrary loans. And with interlibrary loans, we borrow books that this library doesn't have from other libraries, and it basically opens up all of the books that are available through libraries throughout the United States are available to our patrons at our library. With the pandemic, the service is a little bit slower, as you can imagine, with libraries being closed and doing quarantine precautions, but it's been a wonderful service to provide for people while they quarantine. Another thing that I've been helping people do is work on getting access to our e-audiobooks and our e-books, and I've worked with people in person and also over the phone. So I think that's been helpful for people. And I've even had an experience where a student needed to print some things for a project. He emailed me what he needed, and then I printed them and put them out in our curbside service.
One of the things that my department's been working on is finding ways for us to continue to be consistently open, and that involves a lot of your participation. So we have implemented hand sanitizer stations at every entrance. We are still requiring continuous masking within the building, and we are limiting stays and spreading out furniture and reducing room capacity. And really, your participation in this has made it so that we can be open and available to everyone. I am looking forward to, in the future, continuing to find new ways to connect with each other.
Hi, I'm Will Duke. I'm the newest member of the team here at the community library. Love being here. I found the staff to be supportive and helpful, and that lines up so well with their mission, with our mission to support the patrons of the library. One of the things that I've really been impressed with, for instance, is the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi here at the library is deliberately broadcast out from just the library itself so that people can swing by in their cars and have internet access during these interesting times we're enjoying. Everybody wears a mask all day long, every day, because again, we're interested in each other's health, and everything just, it's the same all day long. These people just care, and they want to make the world a better place, and it's just a treat to be here.
Here at the gold mine, we've really tried to emphasize a safe working environment. So naturally, we've done all the regular things. We've spaced out our merchandise so people can shop without having to be so close to other people, other customers. We've also limited the number of people that are allowed in the store, which at times, truth be told, the last few months has been challenging. But that, by and large, people have been very understanding of that. Masks have been a must, and relatively that's been a very much a non-issue here at the gold mine for both customers and staff. With the staff members, I think this whole experience has really brought us closer together as a team. We've realized that we've had to really work in separate spaces, let's say. We've got the retail environment up here. We also have a processing facility that's behind the gold mine in the basement of the courtyard behind us. So we really had to respect those boundaries so there's not any sort of like cross-contamination that's going on. And that by and large has worked really well. No one since we've opened has gotten sick. So we're really pleased with that as an outcome. And when I think about the whole community, what the gold mine means to the community, there's so many people who come here, locals who come here to find treasures. And I think by keeping the gold mine open, we're allowing them to have that social outlet to not only see some of their friends, but also to basically have some retail therapy, find some unique treasures that they might have, and do all that in a pretty safe work environment. So I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. The community has really been super supportive of the changes. The drop-off has limited hours. People have really respected that. And I know that my staff appreciates that because it is challenging when people do not respect that. And the shopping environment in here, people have been very respectful, both of the distance, the masks, and waiting now in the cold if they have to get in. So I just want to say a big thank you to both my team here at the gold mine and also just the entire community, both the locals and the tourists who come out and support us so strongly like they have in the past few months.
I'm here in the lecture hall where I used to see so many of you in the evenings. And instead of the lectures and films and discussions, this is now a space for contemplative study and quiet escape. And so while I'm sad that we're not all here together every week, I am glad that this space is being used. And I hope you're joining us for some of our virtual programs. We've had a film festival, we've had lectures, we've had conversations, we've had discussion groups, we've had writing workshops, and we're still experimenting. So I hope you can check those out, and I hope you'll also participate in our upcoming winter read that we'll be doing in partnership with the Haley, Bellevue, and Stanley libraries. We'll be reading Octavia Butler's Kindred, and we have a really exciting lineup of programs coming in January, February, and March. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that we will see you there.
I hope you all are healthy and safe, and we think a lot about that at the library and the museum. I'm standing here at the Regional History Museum in front of the Sun Valley Winter Sports Hall of Fame wall, and we are working on safety protocols. So when you're at the museum, if you come and visit, it is a safe environment. We require social distancing and masks, and that there's plenty of room for you to explore the museum. We are having a virtual induction ceremony for the new class of 2019. We've had to postpone the ceremony from spring until now. It's December 8th at 6 o'clock. It will be via Zoom, and we are really looking forward to a celebration. We have put up some new exhibits over the summer. We have one called The Flows, Hidden Wonders of Craters of the Moon. And we have a new exhibit curated by Nicole Potter, Regional History Museum librarian, titled Rink Report, Ice Skating in Sun Valley. And it's a lovely exhibit about the history of ice skating here during the 50s and 60s. The other protocols we have taken are in the Betty Olson Carr reading room. We have limited capacity, and even though we'd love to work with you for longer periods of time, you can stay 45 minutes if you call ahead of time, or if you email us with a reference request. We can help you via email or over the phone, and we can have materials ready for you when you do come in so that you can make the most of your 45-minute stay. We are very eager to help you. We also have an exhibit in the Betty Olson Carr reading room on sheep, and we were celebrating trailing of the sheep. We are trying to do what we can to celebrate those traditions and highlight them in our reading room. And we also have in the foyer Ernest Hemingway highlights of the David Meeker collection. That is on display until mid-January. We are looking forward to joining in with the winter read this year and putting up an exhibit in the foyer. One more new thing that we've been able to do to engage with the public is we have joined in with the Mountain Express, and we have a monthly column. It's a third of a page that is called Rear View, and we highlight a photo from our collection and tell a short story about that photo. So look out for that in the Friday paper.
Hi, I'm Deanne Campbell. I'm the director of the Children's and the Young Adult Library. And when we first shut down in March and were closed for a while, we thought about a lot of things of how to reach our patrons. And a couple of the things we did in the summer was we moved our whole entire summer reading program online. So kids could not only sign up online, but then also report the minutes they read during the summer online. And it's the first year our program's been entirely online, and I imagine we'll do that going forward because it was just very convenient for people to manage that from home. Another thing we did was our Bloom truck that goes out every summer to communities. We usually circulate books in those communities, and this year we actually gave books away through a program that we call Seedlings, and those are books that kids just get to keep and help build their own home library. So the Bloom truck for the first time went to Hemingway this year. We also visited the Meadows, Bellevue, Cary, and Balmoral, and that was a really successful program that we do in conjunction with the Hunger Coalition, and this year we gave over 2,500 books out to children in our community. Another thing that we are very excited about is Lee, who does all our story times, has moved those virtual. So if you go to our website, there's kind of a library of virtual story times that you can watch with your child just at your convenience. Also, Helen, who runs our sewing club, we've been really sad to not do programming. So for this month, she has put together some sewing kits that you can come into the library, pick up, and take home. So this is a little fleece hat, and there are instructions, and it's just a really simple hand-sewn project, and those are available first come, first serve. One thing that I don't want to forget to tell people is that if you have a student in 6th grade through 12th grade, we have this wonderful program called the Book Beat. And what we do is we ask kids to write just a summary of a book they read, around 200, 250 words, and they send it in to us. We ask that everybody do at least one revision, so we'll sort of send some suggestions back to them of how they can revise and make their book beat better. And then we publish that on our website and we pay them $25. And so there's a whole, on our website there are submission guidelines that you need to follow, but that's a really great opportunity for kids in grades 6 through 12 to not only read but also hone their writing skills. Another thing that I think is just really important to tell people is that our library here at the community library is open. And many libraries across the country haven't been able to open yet, so we feel really lucky that we are open. We do have a 45-minute time limit for people, but you're certainly able right now to come in, browse, choose your books, even maybe read in the treehouse with your child for a little while, and then take your books and go about your day.